Kia ora, welcome back to my channel. My name's Renee. I like to read books and then talk about them on the internet. It's December 28th. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you've all had a wonderful holiday. If you're still on holiday, well done you. I don't have to go back to work for another 10 days, I think. I've really lost track of the days. I don't know what day it is. It's that weird period between Christmas and New Year where it honestly feels like a black hole. Anyway, the end of the year is fast approaching, and if you're anything like me this time of year, you're thinking about the year that's been, what you've achieved. You're looking back, you're really taking stock, and you're thinking, okay, how are we going to make this year better? I've done this for the last 2 years, this type of video, where I look back on my reading year, look back at the goals that I've set. Did I achieve them? How did it go? What learnings do I have? And then set some new goals for the new year. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to keep it real basic this year. I've just got some notes on my phone. Overall, 2023 as a reading year, not as good as I would have hoped it would have been. Definitely felt a lot of stress and pressure. Didn't have a lot of really great books. I mean, there were great books, but when I compare it to the year before, I was trying to do too much. I felt too much pressure to get to 100 books, and it all became about numbers. I lost sight of the main thing, which is that I want to read a really good book. That just didn't happen. It didn't happen enough for my liking in 2023. It happened a bit, but not enough. And so overall, 2023 was just okay as a reading year. I definitely tried to make it too hard for myself. Did not do myself any favors whatsoever. Don't know who I thought I was this time last year when I was sitting in this chair making these goals. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to make it easy. Easy and fun are the two words that I'm going to take into 2024 when it comes to my reading. So that's the overall gist, vibe, takeaway from 2023. It was just okay. Okay, the goals that I set will probably sound insane now. First goal was read 100 books. Did I do that? No. Currently sitting at 84 books. I am in the middle of 2. I really want to finish both of those before the end of the year, which I think I will, and that's about it. So I may end up at 86, 87 if I decide to pick up anything last minute, but 86 is probably likely going to be the number. I mean, I'm not entirely mad. I had a really, really big dip in the middle of the year. Like, I think I read 6 books over 3 months. So yeah, that's no surprise that kind of took a massive chunk out of my momentum. I'm not entirely mad about it, and that's okay. We'll get there one day. Just wasn't meant to be this year, and that's fine. Goal number 2. Read all Rachel Cusk's books. The way I worded this is weird. Okay, so in 2022, I decided that I wanted to read the entire catalogue, or finish the entire catalogue of Alena Frante. I'd already read a few of her books, so I just wanted to read the rest that I hadn't already read. I did that. I made a video. You can go watch it if you want. And then this year I decided that I was going to do it again, but with a different author, and I chose Rachel Cusk. 1, I really love her writing, and 2, I owned all of her books already, so it was kind of easy to pick her. Did I achieve that goal? No. I've got 3 of her books left to read. I will not be achieving this goal before the end of the year. I do want to try to finish it in the next couple of months, just to kind of get it out of the way so that I can do a Rachel Cusk wrap up. Overall, I became very fatigued by this reading list. I'll talk about it more in depth in the wrap up, but it was really hard to read a writer's back catalogue of work from like 20 plus years when the stuff that you have read and loved was their most recent. It was a real slog picking up some of her earlier fiction. I'll have a better idea of my thoughts once I finish everything. If you've seen any of my monthly wrap-ups, you'll know that it hasn't exactly been a fun time reading her work. That one was not achieved either. Goal number 3, read 23 for 2023 TBR. This might also need some explanation. Basically, it's 23 books that I wanted to read in 2023. It's a year-long TBR. Why? Because, 2023. I did it in 2022, I think. I don't think I did it on YouTube, but I had a list like on Bookstagram. Again, I didn't achieve it. Why? I don't know. I was trying to do the most. This list was just, looking back on it, very intense and full on, and I was trying to do the most and did not make it easy for myself. Yeah, I read 11 from the list, so almost halfway. It was a similar thing. I think the middle of the year something happened where I just became really fatigued with reading, and I don't think that this TBR that I had created helped. Making the new one for the new year is going to be, there's going to be some tweaks to it, for sure. I did read some really good books from that list though. Too Loud a Solitude by Bohemiel Rabel. Great, weird, fun little book about a man who works at a paper mill factory who is just kind of contemplating life and his existence. Very weird, very strange. Great writing. Beloved from Toni Morrison was on that list. One of my all-time favourite books of the year. Lucy as well was on that list. Favourite protagonist of a book ever that I've ever read. Woman Talking, another book that I absolutely loved. So there was some good stuff to come out of that, and I'm glad that I did read the books that I did get through. But looking at the rest of that list, it just wasn't going to happen, I just could not bring myself with some of those books. This year, going to be a lot easier on ourselves. Fourth goal was read more Backlist titles. I did read more Backlist titles. I don't know whether I intentionally set out to read more Backlist titles, but it kind of just happened. I actually had to look up at one point what a Backlist title was considered, and apparently it's just anything that's not published in the year that you're in, which seems weird to me. I thought it was books that were like 20 years or older, so I was kind of going off of that. Yeah, I read some great stuff. Raymond Carver, what we talk about when we talk about love. Those short stories were great. Read that with my book club, which was a fun discussion. Ones I've already mentioned: Lucy, Beloved, Too Loud a Solitude, East of Eden. Oh my god, I loved that book so much. And then I read Shirley Jackson for the first time. That was a lot of fun as well. The Lottery, her short story collection, and We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Definitely keen to read more Backlist titles. Classics. Modern classics. Let's call them that. Next reading goal was to keep a reading journal. Yeah, that didn't last long. I really just don't need to have another thing to have to fill out or to write about or sit down and think about after I finish a book. I've got enough apps and things that I log and that kind of stuff, so it didn't last long at all. I think it lasted like 2 months, to be honest, so won't be doing that this year. And then the last goal was to make a monthly TBR. I kind of did this and kept to it. It wasn't a rigid thing. I used it as a base to kind of work off of at the start of the month. I think for myself, like, I can spend a lot of time thinking about what kind of book I think I might be in the mood for, so much to the point that I would waste time trying to decide what to read and come up with nothing, probably. So I do need somewhat of a structure or a TBR to go off of in order to spend less time faffing about. I'm not so rigid that it has to be these books that I've picked. Yeah, I'll keep doing that, I think, for forever, because it's just a good thing for me. Not super rigid, not having to stick to it completely. Being a bit more loose and fun and free with it. Those were my 2023 goals. That's how I did throughout the year. Looking ahead, taking what we've learned from the year and thinking about how we want to achieve things in 2024. Thinking about the year that I just had, and not how disappointing, but how, I guess, disappointed I am with myself. How much I got sucked into the idea of numbers when I have always felt like it hasn't ever really been about that for me. I think looking back, I definitely know that this year the focus was too heavy on numbers. So this year the words are going to be fun and easy. So with that in mind, my first reading goal: read more books than I did in 2023. I just need to read one more book than I did this year, which still TBD, but could potentially be 87, could be 88, who knows, we'll see. Just one more book than whatever I end up reading this year. See, we're already starting off fun and easy, and I'm actually quite excited about this reading goal. I did think about doing the big 100 again, but I decided I didn't want to put myself through that 2 years in a row. Next reading goal is to finish Toni Morrison's catalogue. I love her writing. Seemed like a no-brainer this year. I've already read a few of her books, and I don't think I have that many more to read of hers. I mean, I haven't read quite a few. I've got, Song of Solomon, The Bluest Eye, Jazz. Those are her big kind of hard-hitting ones. I really want to reread Sula because I read that years ago, but I would like to reread it. I think I'm going to stay away from her children's books because I know she has written quite a few children's books. We're going to stick to adult books this year. I'm really excited. I know that no matter what I read of hers, I know that I'm going to have a good time because her writing is just next level. It's just that satisfying experience of reading something that is just purely good writing. So we're going with Toni Morrison in 2024. Okay, number 3, read one book from a prize list each month. Simple. I have a lot of books on my bookshelves that were longlisted for prizes. Some of them were winners of prizes. I'm not just talking about like Booker, the Women's Prize. What's the other one? The National Book Award. I don't know. Is there like the Orange Award? That's one in the UK maybe. You know, anything that was on a list for a prize is considered for this category. I just want to try and read some more, I guess, good stuff. I'm interested to know why these books were on these lists and see if I agree. Should I be reading more lists? Kind of thing, because I don't particularly follow a lot of them. This year I just want to make an attempt to read more of them. So I think one book a month is fine. Okay, number 4. Read 20 for 2024 list. You may notice a slight change in the name of that. This is the first step to making it easier for myself, is I've cut 4 numbers out because why not? My friend Sophie has decided this year to do 20 for 2024 and I thought, wow, that's genius that you can just do that. So I was like, I'm going to do that too just because, you know, easy. When the word for the year is easy, go with the easy option. Okay, and then number 5, the last goal for the year. This sounds fucking stupid me even saying this, but read more for fun. Because what did I say the words are for this year? Fun and easy. I don't think I did that last year. I think I was trying to hit the numbers and went for what I thought was easy, which was just read a bunch of books and not really enjoy them or pick up things that you know that you would really love. Just a reminder for me and for you to read for fun in 2024, and let's have a good reading year. Those are my reading goals. That's how I want to go into this year. I'm excited. I feel as though it's going to be a good year and I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Look out for many videos from me in the next coming weeks. I've got 20 for 2024's, favourite books of the year, all that kind of stuff coming out soon, hopefully. I have to record it first, but it will be happening. Okay, have a good day, have a great new year, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Ka kite.